KUAM News Extra. The Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation Circle of Care Cancer Program will be hosting mindful activities through this month and next. And joining me now is Mary Therese Ederle, facilitator of the upcoming Mind Body Workshop, which is set for next month. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Now, there are several activities that are planned for this month and next month, but you specifically are actually hosting one of them. So why don't you tell me about that?
Okay, it's the Mind Body Workshop, and we'll be working with families who have cancer and their friends, you know, that like the patients and their friends and family. And we'll be working on beliefs and how to integrate being courageous and fearless and moving forward in your life. We'll be working on the whole mind-body concept, which is about visualization, meditation, all of those things which we don't normally do consciously, but we're always doing it unconsciously.
What do you mean by that?
You know, at one point in your life, you thought about driving a car.
Right.
And that looked kind of exciting and you really wanted to do it. And then you probably got in the car and you were scared and you messed up a lot, but you still did it anyway, even though you were scared. And now you get in the car and you don't even think about, you know, you probably talk on the phone or put on your makeup or do all sorts of things, chit-chat, while you're driving. But at one point, it was a very conscious thing. So now driving has gone into your subconscious. And so what happens with us is that we learn through seeing and hearing from the time we're very, very little to this very day. And so all of those things go into our subconscious and it can affect the way we behave.
How long have you been hosting this particular workshop?
I studied in the 80s. I studied cosmology in the 80s. I studied under Dr. William Tiller, who's a Nobel Prize-winning physicist and scientist, and many other just brilliant minds. And I've taught thousands and thousands of people in California, Australia, Malaysia, in Japan, yeah, all before I came to Guam.
What are you hoping will be the takeaway from your workshop?
That people understand how thoughts, what happens to thoughts, how their thinking really can affect their lives and how it can change their lives for the better. And when you understand that, then you make different decisions. And when you make those different decisions, you have better outcomes. So that's what we want for people, is to have more integrated wholeness in their life, you know, a holistic approach to dealing with the crisis that they're dealing with.
Yeah, and you know, the cancer, it is you know, a very difficult thing to overcome and cope with. And so I guess people attending, what message do you have for them?
I think that people will experience oneness. And that's when you have that, you have everything. When you have that completeness and that understanding, you have that calmness, and then you can handle all the things in your life a whole lot easier. So I think that's the most important thing that you can get out of it, is to not feel, to have tools to not feel the fear. And to be able to use tools to move forward in your life with more happiness and with more joy.
Now, you were mentioning this limited capacity, right?
Yes, 20 people.
Okay, so
yes.
Who do we call, or the number to call?
Yes, the number to call is 472-6854, or people can email emc.circle@yahoo.com.
Well, thank you so much for joining us. And some of the other events that are planned, there's a jewelry making workshop on Saturday, September 9th. That's from 9:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. at Payless Corporate Office. There's a yoga session that's every Saturday from 3 to 4 p.m. at Synergy East Agana. Also, the nutrition education workshop is on September 12th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Agana Payless. And again, for the upcoming Mind Body Workshop on October 9th, facilitated by Mary Therese Ederle, you can call 472-68